When I received my Peace Corps invitation to serve in Burkina Faso, West Africa, I knew that the experience would transform my life. While serving my country for over 2 years, I lived without running water and electricity in a small African village named Machi Kwali and worked with local women to combat malnutrition and support girls' education. My Peace Corps service was everything I had envisioned it would be, and so much more. During my service, I had been experiencing odd sporadic symptoms and returned to the States sick. I filed claims with the Department of Labor's Federal Employee Compensation Act, but was unable to find doctors who participated. I spent thousands of dollars trying to understand what was wrong with me. Department of Labor never returned my calls with questions about how to access benefits and continued to deny my reimbursement claims. Despite countless phone calls to Peace Corps and even meeting then Director Carrie Hessler-Radelet, I did not receive any support or assistance from Peace Corps. Neither Peace Corps nor the Department of Labor were compliant with their own rules and regulations. I wrote letters to the Department of Labor and the Office of Inspector General of both agencies, outlining the issues I was confronting. I received no response from anyone. I became upset, hurt, anxious, frustrated, and incredibly angry that I was in a precarious situation, having little financial resources and not knowing if I would be able to support myself. My continued research revealed that Peace Corps should have given me the anti-malarial medication Mefloquine in the States before I left for Africa to monitor for side effects per CDC guidelines. Every American except Peace Corps volunteers starts this drug in the States before traveling. Unable to access medical care or benefits, I filed a lawsuit against Peace Corps. The judge dismissed my lawsuit because US courts do not have jurisdiction for issues that originate overseas. This supported my suspicion that Peace Corps specifically waited to distribute Mefloquine overseas to evade legal liability, despite the availability of safer, less toxic anti-malarial medications. During my service, I was offered no alternative, nor was I adequately warned of the risk of this drug. Peace Corps was purposely negligent and abusing its power. I knew about the risk of serving in a harsh environment. However, I did not get sick because of exposure to illness. I got sick because Peace Corps exposed me to a dangerous drug and put my life in jeopardy. After my lawsuit was dismissed, I heard about exposing gross federal mismanagement and substantial and specific dangers to public health and safety by filing a whistleblower claim. Similar to the lawsuit, I wrote my own disclosure summary and affidavit. 4 other volunteers and a Mefloquine Toxicity specialist joined me in solidarity by also submitting affidavits to push for transparency and accountability. It took less than 2 weeks for the Office of Special Counsel to dismiss the whistleblower claim because volunteers are not considered federal employees. During this journey, I found others who had similar horrific Peace Corps experiences. Volunteers who had become victims of crime, sexual assault, and rape, and victims of medical malpractice due to Peace Corps' abuse of authority. I heard about volunteers who'd been victims of fatal medical malpractice and victims of murder due to Peace Corps' non-compliance with their own policies. I spent time talking with volunteers who grew more emboldened to speak up about their service and the difficulties they encountered when returning from service sick and injured. I spoke with countless reporters. I also organized hundreds of meetings with congressional offices to seek support for specific legislative provisions that I had drafted to protect the health, safety, and security of the volunteer. Numerous staffers indicated that they knew the system was broken, but would do nothing to change it or support reform. Through filing the lawsuit and whistleblower claim, as well as my continued advocacy on the Hill, my goal is not only to hold Peace Corps accountable, but also ensure for the health, safety, and security of the volunteer. It is only through healthy and safe volunteers that Peace Corps can fulfill its mission and thrive as an agency to become a beacon of change and hope. Ultimately, I did not fail. I did everything I could, competently and with sincere intention. It was the system that failed me. Due to my continued hard work, persistence, and advocacy, currently legislation has been introduced in the House of Representatives titled HR 1456, the Peace Corps Reauthorization Act, which includes the whistleblower provision. This provision, one that I had originally drafted and pushed for, will help to hold Peace Corps accountable and provide for greater transparency and support for the volunteer. I remain cautiously optimistic that the current version of this legislation will pass.